Welcome to the Life Multiplied podcast, where we sit down with local community members to hear their stories and learn what they love about the Bloomington-Normal community. All right, welcome to the Life Multiplied podcast. If you would like to just go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah. I'm Bryce Hansen. I'm the director of the Bloomington Area Career Center.
Okay, and then can you also tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe how you ended up here in Bloomington-Normal?
Yeah, sure. So I'm originally from the Quad City area, small town.
Yeah.
Came down to Illinois State and met my wife here, and we just both really like the town. So we've been here since 2002. I came to school here.
Sure.
And really haven't left. So.
Okay. So you're a Redbird alum.
That's right.
Same here.
Yes.
So
okay.
Went to ISU and stayed, and I haven't left. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's just get into it. Why you're here. Can you share with us what the Bloomington Area Career Center is?
Yeah, love to. So we're a career and technical education high school. So what that means is we'll have kids come to us for part of their school day, take one of our programs, and then go back to their home high school. So their diploma is going to say Normal Community High School or El Paso Gridley High School or Bloomington High School, but during their time at BACC, they're taking a career or technical education program. So our biggest programs are in the health science field. That's really kind of our flagship.
Sure.
Also have a lot in the cosmetology, barbering, aesthetics space as well. So those are kind of our bigger programs. We do have more of, kind of the stereotypical vocational ed
Sure.
of auto tech and welding and construction, but really our health science is our biggest program. So.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I feel so I was part of Leadership McLean County this year.
Okay,
so
yeah,
I was there
yeah.
on the tour, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I grew up in a small town, so this stuff wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
And for the students that have that option, and students can come, say they go to school in Leroy, can they come to that?
Yeah,
okay.
So we have 17 area high schools that all feed into us. A student has to be enrolled in a public school district, either as a full-time or a part-time student. So kids that maybe go to a private Christian school or are homeschooled, they just need to enroll as a part-time student in whatever public district they live in.
Sure.
Because that's kind of part of our state reporting model, also part of our funding model.
Yeah.
But yeah, so kids even from outlying communities can come to BACC and use our programs. And yeah, like you said, I've said a lot of times, like, man, I wish I had a BACC when I was in high school. I could have saved myself a few major changes and some time in college.
Yeah.
So,
because it gives those students the chance, and I believe you kind of spoke on this when I was visiting there, but it gives them the chance to, be a part of the career that they think they want to do, and if they don't like it, they know early and to get out of that and try something else before actually going on to college and majoring in that.
Absolutely.
So
I just had a young lady in my office yesterday, part of our certified nurse assistant program. Wonderful young lady, straight A student, excellent attendance. She's like, yeah, I decided this isn't for me. I said, really, why? She goes, I find I get too attached to the residents and in the nursing home, you're taking care of older residents, and it just has been really hard on me when they pass. And she said, for me, this helped me clarify I don't really want to go into healthcare. Yeah. And that's less of a win that you're going to maybe put on social media, but
sure. Yeah,
that's definitely a win for that family because you go to nursing school, you're not really in clinicals until your junior year. She's a junior in high school right now. Right. She's saved 4 years and how many tens of thousands of dollars to figure out this isn't my path. I want to do something else.
Yeah,
and that's a win too.
Yeah, no, that's great. So how many students are currently enrolled in this program?
Right now we have a little over 650.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Pre-enrollment for next year, we're up over 950.
Oh, wow.
But
you're adding new courses, correct?
Yeah, so we've added 4 new programs for next year. And yeah, just had a lot of interest.
Sure.
A lot of our existing programs are maxed out and even have wait lists and things. And so, a lot of interest in what we're doing. I think our societal shift has changed a little bit. I don't know, kind of when you were growing up, when I was coming up, it was like, man, you better get a bachelor's degree.
Oh, that's so me too, yes.
Living in a van down by the river type of a thing. And I always tell people 2/3 of our kids go on to college. Most of our students go get a college degree.
Right.
But it's either like the young lady I was talking to yesterday, they've they've shifted their focus.
Right.
We have almost all of our programs offer dual credit. Now they can get that degree done sooner.
Right.
I know a lot of kids, they go get the associates, start working, and then go work for someone that's going to then pay for their bachelor's degree.
Yeah,
and so,
that's nice.
But yeah, we're really on the come up. A lot of people are interested in career and tech ed and see that you maybe need to decide before you start cutting those college tuition checks, really kind of what you want to do.
Yeah, I know, because when I was growing up, it's like you're going to college and you're getting a bachelor degree, but it's like, you know, if that's something that's not needed, you know, say you want to be a firefighter or whatnot, you don't need a bachelor's degree. So it definitely saves a lot of time and money. So it's beneficial to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So this question, what does industry partnerships play in shaping the curriculum?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I'll answer that with a couple things.
Okay.
I would say the first part is nearly all of our programs offer an industry certification. So I referenced like the CNA class. Yeah. When they get done with that, they get an IDPH, Certified Nursing Assistant license. And so they, at 16 years old, can go get hired at a nursing home or a hospital or healthcare facility in town and work as a CNA. Well, that curriculum is pretty set. You have to meet the state standard. And so that plays a big part in it of what the industry certification involves. We will then base the curriculum off that because, one of our goals for kids is always to put something in their pocket. We want them to leave and have that thing that says, I'm certified to do this.
Right, sure.
And so that's really a big part of it, and it's almost hard for me to think of a program that doesn't have an industry certification because that's so valuable. And what's exciting to me is now we're starting to get kids at open houses, parents at open houses asking us, what industry certification does this have? Oh, and I'm excited to hear that because kids are wising up like, hey, what value are you adding to my life by me taking this class?
Yeah.
Another way that the industry shapes that is a lot of my teachers come out of industry.
Okay, I was going to ask that.
Yeah, so I'm able to get them certified to be a teacher in the state of Illinois based on their industry experience.
Oh, okay.
And so they can, as they're writing the curriculum, as they're talking to the class, they can say, hey, here's how you're going to need to know how to do it, or here's what's the expectations going to be. And then we have really good relationships with all of our business partners here in town, and we do gather feedback from them. What do you want to see more of from kids? What do we need to do differently? And so I'd say those would be kind of the ways that those things are shaped.
Sure. That's great. So do you have, say, someone who's been in the industry for like 20 years or something, like say a nurse has been in there, and do you have anyone there currently that has done that and they're teaching now?
Yeah, so we've had, I'm trying to think of some good examples. We've had some people, so I can say yes to that.
Sure.
Yeah, people that have been in industry for 20, 25 years, and they maybe they kind of get to a point in their career where they're like, I feel like I'm kind of capped out in what I want to do. We have instructors that feel like, hey, financially I'm good. Now I want to kind of build a legacy. You know what I mean? Now I want to kind of pass this on to the next generation. And so yeah, we do have some of that. We have a few folks that retire and then want to come teach. They're not ready to retire. And they want to come teach and pass that information along. So
cool. I think that's cool because, they've been part of that. So they've got all the knowledge as a part of that. So do you have any success stories that you'd like to share? I know, that person coming to you and telling them that they didn't want to go to nursing and whatnot. That's kind of a success story in itself, but is there any other ones that stand out to you?
Yeah, I was thinking about this question ahead of time, and honestly, you could about do a podcast episode just on the success stories.
I'm sure,
I mean, there's a lot, and it's really hard to go around town and not bump into BACC kids in the industries that they took our class. I mean, they're all over the place. Some of our more well-known ones would be, we have a student currently, former student, who's at University of Texas, studying to be a physician. Wow. And she took health career med term with us, certified nurse assistant, and our EMT basic class. And so got a lot of medical training through us, a lot of certifications through us, and was able to kind of leverage that and is on her way. She's in a residency, about to become a doctor.
Awesome.
I was at an event last week, bumped into somebody I knew, and his son is a former BACC student and was in our graphic design program, and now is over at Limelight, over in Eureka area, working for Limelight Graphics in the graphic design area. So those are some good success stories. District 87 recently purchased the Oakland Avenue building from State Farm, and so had a lot of nurses around town reach out to me and offer their support and say, man, BACC is how I got my start in the healthcare field.
Sure.
And so you run into really a lot of people in town that are doing things at a high level that got their start at BACC.
Yeah.
I think even in the shorter term, though, they fill those CNA roles, they fill those emergency tech roles. They're working at car dealerships and mechanic shops and things like that around town.
Yeah.
So
okay, awesome.
So yeah, is that a good answer?
Yeah, no, that's a great answer.
There's a lot of them out
perfect.
there.
Yeah. So where do you see the BACC in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, that's a tough question. I would say definitely we are moving our main facility. Our main campus is attached to Bloomington High School. Right. Just last week, District 87 closed on the acquisition of the Oakland Avenue building from State Farm, and so the goal is for us to physically move there. And so that's going to be a big undertaking. Yeah. We're very excited about it. I feel very supported by District 87, and just excited to offer more opportunities for kids. I really hate that some of our programs, we have a ton of kids that want to do it. We have a big wait list. We have a ton of industry partners saying we want more of these kids. Right now, we're the kink in the hose. Right. We're the problem. We can't get enough kids through, and so this is going to increase our capacity. Really excited for that. I think in terms of specific programming, I'm going to be kind of vague on purpose because we really do genuinely try to stay receptive to what our local economy and community is asking for and what we can give kids. And so, whether that is sunsetting an existing program, starting new programming, pretty open to doing whatever there. I know that last year we were awarded a competitive state grant called the MET grant, Manufacturing, Engineering, Technology, and Transportation. And so one of the new programs that we're going to be onboarding next school year is a CDL trucking program for high school seniors.
Nice.
They've got to be 18, but we're partnering with Nussbaum Trucking Academy at Heartland to offer that. Also, as part of that grant, we're working on getting a heavy equipment operator program started for high school kids. So those would be some programs that I know we're coming up on here in the next couple of years. Would like to get a teacher prep class started. There's a big need for teachers right now.
Yeah.
I talked to a lot of my colleagues in the area, and man, they're hyped if they get 2 or 3 applicants for an opening. And so that's a big need in our local economy, our local school districts. That's something I'd like to get going as well.
Okay, yeah.
In addition to some of the new programs that are already slated to begin next year, esthetician, barbering is something we'll be bringing back, the CDL program, and then next year we're also beginning a cybersecurity program.
Okay, awesome.
And so that'll give the kids a chance to offer or earn a Google cybersecurity certification in their first year and a Python with AI certification in their second year. So
awesome.
A lot of great opportunities for kids.
There's a lot going on,
and things for them to do.
Yeah. So when you are completely moved into the Oakland building, how many courses will that add from what you currently have?
Yeah.
And I know you might not know, but like maybe.
Yeah. So for instance, right now I can tell you 2 programs, welding and auto tech. Our wait list is as large as our enrollment in those programs right now.
Oh, wow.
And so I have as many kids that I'm turning away and saying, sorry, as I am that I can accept. And so those are programs that almost fresh out the box, you could double in size of kids that want to do those things. I think of right now our welding courses are held at off-site locations. Okay. Which provides a transportation and by extension equity issue for some kids to be able to participate in them. If I can bring those on campus and under the same roof, now that's more equitable and offered to more students. Things like some of the other programs I've mentioned. Right now I'm out of space at my current campus, so any new program I'm starting is at a satellite location somewhere around town. Okay. So yeah.
Awesome. So it's a first come, first like they get into the course.
Yeah. So the way we operate is our application is online, operate on a first come, first served basis.
That's how, yes.
We gather all the applicants and then we send them back to their home high schools for approval.
Okay.
So Johnny wants to come to us to take culinary. We're going to send his application back to Normal West, and then the Normal West counselors and administration are either going to say, thumbs up, yeah, he's approved to come here,
Okay.
or actually he's behind on credits, or he has discipline problems, or whatever various reasons they
Sure.
might have to deny his application. So,
Okay.
so we fill it on first come, first serve, but schools have the right of refusal because they're the one that are paying part of the tuition to come
Sure.
to our school. So.
Sure. Okay, well, is there anything else that you would like to share on behalf of the BACC?
Yeah, I think just appreciate the support from our local business community.
Sure.
You know, to do cool things for our students, you know, we rely on that with our local business community. And I think part of the reason we exist is to help fill our local talent pipeline. And so I really appreciate all the ways that we've been supported by our local industry, and hope to see those partnerships grow and continue. So.
Okay, awesome. So let's just get into a little bit about the community. You know,
Sure.
You've been here since college. What do you like to do? Where are your go-to places in town?
Yeah. Well, every time I pull up to Bloom's Coffee, I don't even have to say my order. They just give it to me. So it's great. Maybe it's not great for my wallet, but
that too. Yeah,
they know me there. So that's
nice.
That's one of my hot spots. And I'll never say no to sushi at La Bamba.
Okay, people love that. I've never tried it. No.
Oh, you're missing out, Courtney.
I know.
You've never tried it?
I have not.
It's good. Now, when I first heard it, I was like, really? Sushi there?
I know.
It is good.
Okay.
It is good. I'd put it up against any other sushi place.
Okay.
It's very good.
Good
it's
to
very
know.
good.
Good to know.
So yeah. Really like Biaggi's.
Sure.
Frequent there, and they employ some of our BACC students, so that's always fun.
Nice.
Fun to see. So
Sure.
yeah.
So what do you love about the community?
Yeah. You know, right away I just got connected with the community. You know, I'm a person of faith, and just kind of felt that
Sure.
here. You know, and so, you know, my church is a big part of why I like it here and why I don't want to leave. But I've always said, like, I feel like Bloomington-Normal is a really big small town. You know, we've got restaurants, things to do, events to see, sporting events, concert. We've got those things, but you know, I can't go anywhere in town and not see somebody I know and say hi and have a conversation. And so, that's really what I like about it. The vibe puts off a very small town feel in terms of getting to know the community, but it's not boring. There's a lot to do around town. You know, love the Constitution Trail, honestly, utilize that a lot.
Sure.
Love you know, I like to ride my bike uptown and poke around up there.
Yeah,
so
there's so much to do up there. So.
Always something to do uptown.
Yeah.
You know, I like the family-friendly feel. You know,
Sure.
this is, even before I had kids, it was a place that I'm like, yeah, I want to raise my family here.
Sure.
A lot of opportunities for our kids here. So how about you? How about yourself?
Oh, I just love it because, you know, I'm from a small town, pretty small, from Princeton, and I came here to go to ISU, and there's just so much more to do, and, you know, things are open later than, you know, 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night. Yeah. So that's really why I wanted to stay, and obviously for a job, there's opportunity back home, but there's not opportunity like there is here. Yeah. So, and absolutely. I feel like it's a happy medium. It's not the city, but it's also not a small town, so I'm happy to be here.
It doesn't give me a headache to drive around town. Yeah, I love it. I'm going to add one more thing.
Sure.
I love the college town vibe.
Yeah,
I love the excitement and the energy that the college kids bring back. I mean, move-in weekend, you got to kind of pick your spot. You know, that's maybe a weekend I'm not going uptown normal.
Right.
But other than that, I love the energy that they bring. I think they add a lot to our community. And really glad we have the universities that we do.
Yeah, no, I think it's super beneficial just because, they're bringing a young type of energy to the community. So I feel like it keeps us, you know, going and full of energy for a while while they're here, you know?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, do you want to share, you know, I know you have a website and social media, so if people want to follow along, what's going on? Yeah.
So we're Bloomington Area Career Center. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Just started on TikTok.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, the kids think it's fun to see themselves on there. Just got the TikTok fired up. There's not a lot on there yet, but we're working on it.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm sure that they are going to be, you're going to have some good TikToks.
Yes, yeah.
So,
yeah, we
that's exciting.
got the kids working on it because they know more than I do.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't want a 40-year-old guy making a TikTok.
I know, I make TikToks and I even feel a little bit old.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
and then, our website can be found through the district87.org website. So.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to come on the podcast today.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to tune in to next week's episode, where we talk with local community members to learn more about life multiplied here in Bloomington-Normal.